Republic of Mali is a landlocked country located in Western Africa that today has a population of about 14.5 million people, with over two-thirds of the population living in rural areas. Throughout the 18th and 19th century, Mali was under the control of the French and did not gain their independence until September of 1960. Due to their long history of colonization, many of the legacies of French rule can be seen today, with the universal language being French and the dominant religion being Islam. Other effects of colonization seen today have spilled over into all aspects of life, including agriculture, the economy, health, the environment, gender inequality, and poverty, just to name a few. By studying the issues that are currently facing Mali today, we have designed a development action plan that will distribute $10 billion in order to address these major concerns and increase the overall quality of life for individuals living in this country. One of the major issues facing Mali today is an unstable economy, where about 50% of the current GDP is dependent on the success of agricultural profits and yields. Approximately 80% of the current workforce is involved with farming, which is centralized in southern Mali due to the lack of arable land in the north. However, due to a lack of modern technology, lack of education on farming practices, and irregular rainfall patterns, yields are often low and profits are not sustainable enough to support the economy. The first part of our plan is to devote $3 billion to establishing a water network in the most rural areas, as well as the areas that are most essential to agricultural production. This will consist of constructing dams, establishing irrigation systems, building wells, and increasing the use of subterranean water. The biggest issue in Mali today is that there is enough water, but it is not being used efficiently. By establishing these new systems, we will also accompany them with the proper knowledge of how to use these new technologies to better increase the farmers' yields. By creating this water network, we also hope that it will help to increase the overall health and well-being as well. The lack of an adequate source of clean water is another major health issue seen in Mali today. More than 5.6 million people today do not have access to clean drinking water, while another 12 million do not have access to proper sanitation, sewage systems, and water available for crops or for human consumption. This lack of clean water poses a major threat to health, especially for children under the age of 5. They often die of diseases that could easily be prevented, such as cholera, diarrhea, malnutrition, and E. coli poisoning. By creating and updating water networks, we hope that clean water can become more accessible for people living in rural areas and in turn help to increase their overall health. In order to further address the issues related to health, we propose in the next part of our plan that we designate $2 billion for the construction of small health clinics spread throughout rural Mali. Along with this, training will also be provided for individuals who work in these clinics so that they can properly address the variety of health issues that people in these areas will face. By creating these health clinics, we hope to increase the accessibility of healthcare as well as family planning services for women, with the long-term hope of reducing family size and increasing life expectancy. Poverty and patriarchy dominate women's daily lives in Mali. Women in Mali do not have many opportunities or access to education, and today only 49.3% of girls and 60% of boys attend school. This is due to poverty, lack of infrastructure, cultural and religious beliefs. The gender differences between men and women worsen in rural areas, with the female literacy rate being only 15%. Although women have the same legal rights as men, there is still a lot of inequality in the country, and violence against women is universally accepted. Women are also married at a very young age and are subjected to female genital mutilation. To solve these problems, we propose using $2 billion to create educational programs strictly for women in rural areas. These programs will educate women on basic life skills as well as how to be independent and self-sufficient so that women can become more empowered and less reliant on men. Women will also be trained on various skills that will allow them to enter the workforce and in turn slowly increase their role in society. Family planning skills and information will also be provided so that women can better understand how to build their family so that over time, women will have a greater say in building their family and in society as a whole. The rest of our development plan will focus on addressing corruption in law enforcement so that the number of crimes against women can be reduced, as well as addressing other issues related to poverty and lack of education. We hope that by addressing all of these issues in our development plan, we can better increase the overall quality of life in Mali and put the country on a better path to further development and prosperity.